We all think we're showing our cats how much we love them, right? But what if I told you that some of our most normal, everyday habits are, well, quietly hurting them? It turns out a lot of us are accidentally breaking their trust and even damaging their health without even realizing it.
So let's just dive right in. Are your daily habits secretly stressing out your cat? The answers you'll see are pretty surprising. And honestly, they might just change how you see that little furball sleeping at the foot of your bed.
And this is the real kicker. Most of these habits feel totally harmless. Some of them even feel like we're being loving, but they can slowly wear away at your cat's trust, mess with their health, and make them feel unsafe in the one place they should feel the most secure, their own home.
Okay, first up, let's talk about communication. Because it is so easy for our good intentions to get completely lost in translation, and it usually starts with how we react to them. Come on, we've all been there. Your cat hops on the counter, knocks something over, and your first instinct is to yell their name. It just feels like the right response, like you're teaching them. But that is not at all what's going on inside their head. See, you think you're teaching them cause and effect. If you do this, I get loud. But your cat's brain just doesn't make that connection. All they hear is a sudden, scary, threatening noise. So they're not learning, oh, I shouldn't do that. They're learning, wow, this giant person is unpredictable and I can't trust them. And over time, that doesn't fix a behavior, it just shatters your bond.
And hey, this isn't just a hunch. The science is super clear on this. A 2021 study found that yelling at cats leads to chronic stress. And that stress shows up as hiding, aggression, and even avoiding the litter box. So the big takeaway here is that yelling doesn't solve problems. It literally creates new, worse ones.
Okay, habit number 2. You're petting your cat, it's a sweet moment, everything seems perfect, and then, bam, they bite you or scratch you. Sound familiar? I promise you, it's not random. You probably just touched one of their no-fly zones.
This is a real thing. It's called petting-induced overstimulation. A cat's skin is just loaded with super sensitive nerve endings, so what starts out as a nice, pleasant feeling can suddenly become way too much. Kind of like a gentle tickle that all of a sudden just gets really, really annoying.
So what's the right way to pet a cat? Well, here are the approved zones. Stick to their face. Cheeks, under the chin, that's where all their happy scent glands are. The base of the ears is usually a safe bet too. But the big no-nos, the belly, and the base of the tail, just avoid them. And always, always watch their body language. If that tail starts flicking or their ears go flat, that's not them having fun. That's them saying, okay, we're done here.
Now, understanding their signals is huge, but what about understanding who they are? We gotta remember, we are living with a tiny, perfect predator, and that means we have to respect their deepest instincts. I know this sounds strange, but most indoor cats go their entire lives without a single real hunt. We see them sleeping all day and just think, oh, they're so content. But for a predator, a life with no challenge, well, that's a recipe for some serious boredom and frustration. A cat's brain is hardwired for this exact sequence: stalk, chase, pounce, catch, and that final little kill bite on the toy. When that cycle never gets completed, all that pent-up energy has to go somewhere, and it often comes out as attacking your feet, over-grooming, or just seeming depressed. They're not being lazy, they are mentally starving.
But here is the amazing news. You know how much time it takes to satisfy this incredibly deep, primal need? 15 minutes. That's it. Just 15 minutes a day of playing with a wand toy can completely fulfill that hunting instinct and totally change your cat's mental state.
All right, quick question. Where's your cat's litter box? Is it tucked away in a loud laundry room? A dark, cramped closet? If so, you might be making your cat feel trapped and vulnerable every single time they have to do their business. For us, it makes sense. We want it out of sight, out of mind. But for a cat, who is both a predator and a prey animal, that's a moment of extreme vulnerability. Putting their box in a tight spot with no escape route goes against every survival instinct they have. They need to see what's coming and know they can bolt if they need to.
And hey, if you have more than one cat, please remember the simple rule from the animal behaviorists. It's the N+1 rule. That means one litter box for every cat you have, plus one extra. Putting them in different quiet spots can make a world of difference for stress and territory issues.
All right, this brings us to our final section, and it's a really critical one. We're moving beyond behavior now into habits that can create silent, long-term threats to your cat's physical health. A bowl of kibble left out all day? It's so convenient, and let's be honest, cats love it.
But a diet of only dry food could be slowly dehydrating your cat from the inside out.
Just take a look at this number, 10%. That's roughly how much moisture is in your average dry cat food. And for an animal that evolved in the desert, that is a massive problem.
And here's why that number is so important. Cats evolved from desert animals. They are biologically designed to get most of their water from their food, from the prey they catch. Because of that, they have a really low thirst drive. They just don't feel the need to drink much water. So a kibble-only diet puts them in a constant state of low-level dehydration, which puts incredible strain on their kidneys. It is a huge contributing factor to kidney disease, which is one of the top killers of older cats.
And finally, let's talk about one of the biggest, most damaging myths out there. The idea that cats are these solitary, independent creatures who don't care if we're gone. That is just not true. Modern science has completely busted this myth. A big study in 2020 actually confirmed that cats form deep, secure bonds with us, similar to the bonds dogs form and even human babies. So when we leave them alone for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, they feel real separation anxiety. They get lonely. The tragic part is, they don't tear up the couch to show you, they just suffer in silence.
And that really brings us to the most important thing to remember. You're not just a pet owner living in the same house. To your cat, you are their family. You are their safety, you're their whole world. They notice when you're gone, and they're always waiting for you to come back.
So, knowing all of this, the final question is for you. Maybe it's swapping out one meal for wet food. Maybe it's committing to just 15 minutes of playtime. Or maybe it's just learning to pet them the way they actually like. What's the one small change you're going to make today to finally tell your cat, in a language they understand, that you see them, you get them, and you truly, truly love them?